think one of the first things I would do is ask the teacher where they were in their own personal lives. Wanting to be with it, wanting to tackle difficult content, whatever, I would first ask them to examine their own beliefs. I would ask them to examine their openness and their willingness and their ability to keep personal bias out of the discussion. And once we kind of had a conversation about that, I think the next thing would be to understand their content area. What's the entry point in their content? Is it health? Is it women's history? Is it psychology, sociology? Are you a math teacher? Where is it in your curriculum or your content area that I can best support you? Once I understood that, I would then look at opportunities to augment or supplement their own curriculum by providing resources or searching for resources. If it's not a content area that lends itself to those kinds of discussions, let's say it's a math or a science area that might not readily lend itself to those discussions, I would certainly make them aware of National Day of Silence. At minimum, be a participant in your classroom and spend time examining that issue. They're available, or there are resources available online. YouTube clips, all kinds of quick visual media that can certainly provoke some conversations in the classroom outside of a content area where it might be more natural to spend some time examining sexual masturbation, because one of the courses I teach is a media literacy course or a media awareness course. I think it's really it's almost like it's easy for me to bring those issues into the classroom. I can look at television, I can look at the music industry, I can look at film, we can read articles. There are a number of ways that I can bring that conversation into my classroom. I have to respect my students' comfort level with it. I have to respect my students' ability to deal with issues that they may have very strong beliefs for or against. And so it's important to have that kind of safe environment established in my classroom before I bring in materials that may affirm or threaten, because I have the spectrum at any given point in my classroom. But I do think because of the popularity of shows like Will and Grace, the popularity of shows like Modern Family, like Glee, even seeing a variety of risky shows on cable, students are aware of this type of programming, and I think we have an obligation to explore it just like we would any other sitcom, just like we would stereotypes in another environment. I think it's important to understand how television perpetuates stereotypes that limit people in society.